Welcome back to Your Place for All Sports. I'm Bryce Moore, and this is Rowdy Sports Network on WPLH 88.3 ABAC Radio. Let's get rowdy.
All right, welcome back to Rowdy Sports Network. Me and Noah are back in the studio, a long way to return. We're both engaged, not to each other, but we're both engaged. He's got a full-time job. I've been in and out of school with finals and everything, so we haven't had time to really film an episode, but we got an episode today. And I texted you last night what we talk about, but yes, I have a presentation prepared for the City Connects. We're going to rank the City Connects at the end of this video, so stick around for that. But we're going to cover some news first. So I did almost buy you something the other day, but I talked myself out of it because I know as soon as I did, I'd never get the end of it. So my Jersey guy, he was in Tampa. He texted me. He's like, "Hey, man, I got something for your co-host." I was like, "Okay." And so he sends me a picture of a Travis Hunter Jacksonville Jaguar jersey. And on the back of it, it says Hunter. And then in parentheses, underneath, stitched in it, like custom stitch, it said Duval all the way across. And I was like, if I give that to Noah, he'll wear it every freaking episode.
Oh, bro, I'll wear that all the time.
And he was like, well, if you change your mind, it's still in the shop. But now it's got like $165 on its website. I'm like, I'm not paying $165 for a Travis Hunter jersey. He normally gives me the family discount. But
Bro, I'll wear that. And I will wear a Will Campbell one.
oh my God.
That guy, he has turned into my favorite.
Oh my God.
He a Patriots fan. His interview where he's like, I will fight and die to protect Drake.
That's kind of like the best one. The best one is there was a video of him that came out from him in high school, and it's like the two friends in a room. They might kiss. And he's like, yes, we will. And he's with some girl, right? Come to find out that's like his ex-girlfriend or whatever. She reposted it the night he got drafted because he got drafted, and now it's an edit. But he's dating, the coach Nussmeier?
Yeah.
He's dating Nussmeier's daughter.
Boy.
And her brother is supposed to get drafted next year. But I found that out because I was looking at all the stats and everything. And TikTok has this weird thing where, like, if you search somebody's name, usually like their whole backstory. So I'm just, like, scrolling through. And I'm like, oh, my God, this is insane. And then, crazy enough, the Nussmeier kid, you remember, like, in 2019, they had the trend where the guys are sitting in the locker room in front of a championship trophy, and they're doing the Hood Baby song?
Yeah.
He's that kid. And I'm like, what the heck? This guy's an icon for, like, a totally set up a reason.
No, dude.
How do you feel about
the Shador Sanders prank, bro?
well, that ruined the whole NFL franchise.
Dude, that was hilarious. If you don't think that's funny,
The only one that to me that wasn't funny was the Isaiah Bond.
Yeah,
That was kind of
crazy stuff.
The craziest part to me is I called Cam Ward going to the Titans. I thought I'd called it with you and Brandon, but I told Travis a long time ago, I was like, dude, Cam Ward's going to the Titans. There's no way they pick up Shapiro Sanders. Like, there's no way. The Titans have always been like a low-key, not very flashy franchise. They're not going to pick up the flashiest kid in the franchise. So I knew Cam Ward was going to get the Titans. He's just the best. He wasn't the best quarterback on the board, but he's the best NFL fit for a quarterback on the board.
What do you feel about Jackson Dart? Did you like the pick or no?
I like the pick, but I wanted to see him go to the Saints. I just think he would have fit the Saints' organization better. But I think that Giants QB room is going to be insane because you're going to have Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson, Jackson Dart, and Tommy DeVito.
It's a weird lineup, bro.
Like, I think Jackson Dart is going to request a trade after week 2, and Jameis Winston goes down to give, like, some speech.
Nah, bro, I love his speeches.
I don't mind his speech. It's just the best pick that the Giants made all draft was their 3rd overall pick. Carter from Lissy.
I just don't think. I don't think Jackson Dart's.
He won't start.
I don't think he's that good.
He won't start. No. But I think he's good.
Dude, the Falcons said, let's pick up defense.
And they said, let's finally make a pick from Georgia.
Yeah,
after 4 going away.
Their draft, like a lot of people were like, they took 2 edge guys. But if you look at it, we were almost dead last in sacks
last year. We did so bad. So we wanted to be able to get after the quarterback. And we put up 2 amazing safeties. Then on the free agent, we picked up Nick Nash, who for some reason was also supposed to be up in the debate for best wide receiver of the league last year because he went Triple Crown. And then we picked him up off a free agent. Dude, our draft this year looked very, very, very.
I'll tell you another draft that surprised me. Not really the draft, but the free agency market. The Buccaneers picked up 2 very big free agents. They picked up Shiloh Sanders, which is, to me, way better than Shadur.
I think he can play different.
Well, what I'm saying is, I think he's going to have a better NFL career because of the position he plays. And then they picked up Tez Johnson, which is Bo Nix's stepbrother or half-brother, whatever. To me, one of the best wide receivers upcoming. I think he's going to do very good for that organization, especially if Godwin or Evans goes out. Because you're going to need somebody quick
And
on the outside.
Evans is right now injury prone, very bad.
Yeah, but he's going to stay with the Buccaneers. He'll retire with the Buccaneers. There's no tailhead.
If you look back at Shiloh, was basically almost by himself, just in a room,
That pissed me off.
Twitch streaming, and everybody else outside with Shador partying up. He had a custom draft room made
To go
late,
very late.
but just a different. Shiloh was just happy to watch people get drafted,
Oh, yeah.
and Shador was like, me. It's Shador's attitude is what really.
Stinks over there.
Yes, that's why he went so late. Is he did so? I feel like he did not do very good in his interviews because he just thinks he's all that.
Yeah.
Because why did he have a jersey retirement? I don't think Travis, but I don't think both of them should have had their jersey retired. That was stupid.
Yeah.
But it's whatever. It's over with now. But
I'll tell you this.
just seeing the difference in how they acted. Shador was off doing his own thing with everybody else, and Shiloh was just hanging out in his room, just Twitch streaming it, like, and let's watch it, and maybe I'll get called, kind of deal.
My thing is, if you put Travis Hunter on any other NCAA team, he starts. If you put Shiloh on any other NCAA team, he starts. If you put Shadur on any other NCAA team, I don't see him starting. Now, unless it's like San Diego State. You know what I'm saying? To me, he only started because of his dad. Yeah. If you put him behind Diego Pavia, doesn't start. You put him behind Carson Beck, doesn't start. You put him behind Jackson Dart, he doesn't start. To me, he only got that position because of his dad. And I think NFL teams saw that. I mean, but I think NFL teams also see the baggage that comes with Shadur Sanders.
You're always going to have a bad break on your neck.
Exactly. And he's not going to listen to quarterback coaches because he thinks he knows everything because of who that is.
But, I mean, Travis showed that he was a good friend and teammate and brother because in his interviews, every time somebody was announcing, he's like, hold on. He like stopped.
Trying to see if it's Shadur.
Yeah, he wanted him. It was there for him wanting to know if he got it and he was going to be happy. But, hey, Carolina.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what Carolina does.
Y'all picked up a lot of offense. Atlanta went defense. Y'all said we need offense.
I just hope we have the protection for the quarterback that we need. Like the wide receiver we picked up, I didn't know who he was. I'm not gonna lie. I did.
Jimmy Horn?
No, McMillan from
Arizona?
Dude, yeah.
Y'all picked up him and Jimmy Horn. Jimmy Horn was goated.
I so scared everybody up because I'm so lost in the SEC that whenever somebody gets drafted outside the SEC, I'm like,
No, Zach. The Arizona guy, Travis Hunter, said that was the hardest wide receiver he's ever had to guard his whole time playing football.
see, I'm just glad we picked up. So
Y'all picked up some weapons.
we also picked up Trevor Etienne from Georgia. I think that
Now, did y'all actually pick him up? I didn't see where he
we got drafted. He got drafted around 12. Yeah, he was supposed to go to Dallas. Dallas traded up. We traded up with Dallas to get pick 12, and we got Etienne.
I don't think Dallas would have picked him up.
No,
Because Dallas right now has a different. No, they have a decent. They had Dowell and what's the other one? Like Brooks or something.
but we also got the tight end from Notre Dame. I looked him up, Mitchell Evans.
Oh yeah.
Really good tight end. But there was a defensive tackle that we picked up. We picked up the defensive tackle from. We got 2 edge, one from Mississippi, one from Texas A&M. Then we got
Ole Miss or Mississippi State?
Ole Miss.
Who was?
Princely Emmanuel.
Oh, that's the one. I think there was one that was killing us in the Georgia game.
No, but we picked up the defensive tackle from Florida, Cam Jackson. I did look him up. He's pretty real deal. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what the Panthers do. I'm not one of the kind of people that like, hey, who are you rooting for? I'm not the loudest in the room to say I'm a Carolina Panthers fan, but I am. I've been a Carolina Panthers fan. I know this is going to sound bandwagon to me, but growing up, I watched Cam. Yeah, growing up, I watched Cam Newton, and Cam Newton was my quarterback.
He was our generation's, like, we looked at him like he started things. He was a trendsetter.
Yeah.
Like, it made kids look up at him, just like how Odell Beckham Jr. was.
Yeah.
Like, I looked up to him, and whenever teams picked him up, I was always trying to follow and see what Odell was doing because I liked Odell. It's just, when you're younger and you see people that impact you, yeah, when you see a player impact you like that, you want to stick with the team that impacts.
That's kind of like, I was never a Rockies fan, but one of my favorite all-time players played for the Rockies, Troy Tulowitzki. When he got traded to the Blue Jays, I just stopped following him because to me, he made the Colorado franchise. Yeah, that was just kind of. But for Cam, like Cam really put me onto the NFL because you've also got 2014 through 2017 Madden Mobile was like elite. Like I just want one more day to pick an elite red 99 overall player off the free agency market for 750 stubs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I just remember when my brain like finally awoken and clicked and I started actually watching football. Dude, keeping up with the players was so fun to actually have it.
Especially in the time of, like you said, in the time of Odell, most players stayed with the same team, but those who got traded made an impact when they got traded. Does that make sense?
I mean, Odell was kind of hit and miss. He had his season.
Cleveland was.
He had his time, and then after that, he dissipated. It was sad to watch because a lot of us grew up on him, and I was like, amazing to see, and he just kind of started fading back. But he's old now. Well, like he just needs.
Everybody's getting.
I feel like the Giants need to pick him back up for one season, and then he just retire with the Giants.
No, so a scary team for me is offensive-wise, the Raiders. Especially the coach.
They picked up Genty. They're going to have Genty.
They also picked up Jack Beck from TCU.
Yep.
Caleb Rogers, the O-line from Texas Tech. I don't think they'll be a Super Bowl contender, but they'll definitely be a playoff contender this year.
Dude, I felt like this draft class was actually very, very decent draft class.
They're saying it's going to be like a slow burner, though.
They're saying the next year's draft class looks terrible.
You've got
the only good
Arch Manning.
I don't see him leaving. I think it'd be a bad time to leave. I think he needs to play his places, and then go through.
Which to me, Quinn Ewers, not that. It's the fact that he turned down the NIL money at Notre Dame to turn around and get a contract that was significantly way less than what
he's only getting like 80,000,
which
80,000 is still magnificent.
My house,
but the NIL money that he could have got was crazy. But I think the best player to go into the draft next year will be the one from Ohio State, Jeremiah Smith, I think is his name.
Yes.
Dude, they're saying that on NCAA 26 or whatever, he's going to be 100 overall.
Did you see where people made the cover of 25 with the draft picks? Like Travis Hunter's first round, Quinn Ewers went late, and then the other guy on the other side, he went like undrafted free agent. Dang. 25 really went 1 for 3 there with the cover art.
Yeah, it was crazy because you had like the Anthony Edwards dude. He didn't do that good. in the draft, or the running. Well, I can't remember his name. It was running back for. It was Edwards, running back from Michigan. Like, if you look at that, there's not a whole lot of people. Like, Travis Hunter was a top one. I don't even know if Cam was on there. I don't think Cam was on there because he wasn't big talk until last year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Miami last year, if they would have had a defense, they would have won.
Oh, 100%.
They don't want to call.
100%.
Their defense was terrible.
What makes me mad is, have you seen Carson Beck's new interview that he did in preseason or whatever?
I won't keep up with him.
He said, no. The only reason why I keep up with this is because they asked.
Oh, Banky said he was better than Cam Ward or something.
They asked him about They asked him about replacing Cam Ward, and he said, "I'm not worried." And they said, "Why?" And he said, "Y'all literally got
Take it out of the pond.
Bowl." And I was like, "How many picks did Cam Ward throw last year?"
It's like, bro, you didn't help us win the SEC championship, and you weren't there for us in the playoff game. Like, you helped during the season, but you hurt us more than you helped us.
You didn't help significantly either. Like, there's not many Carson Beck throws that were like,
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, that was a perfect pass. It was like,
I'm that end up there.
that's a great catch.
no, what I noticed from a lot of our Georgia spring ball, dude, I don't know what happened, but we turned into an air raid.
Yeah.
Like, I watched a lot of passing, and they're saying, so Gunner and Ron Pugsley, our other quarterback, they're battling it out. Like, Kirby said that Gunner right now is number one, but Ryan Pugsley, I think that's his name, they say he's on his tail.
Yeah.
Like, fast. Like, Gunner knows more, but Ryan is catching up very fast. So that has had me hyped. And then we pick up on the transfer portal both the Branch brothers from USC, and we got Colby Young back, who had his whole rinky-dinky bull.
Yeah.
But I think this year we're going to look good. We did a lot of air raid. We still don't have the great, like Kirby said, we don't have the greatest receivers, but we have the talent there that we can build them up.
Yeah.
And I agree with. I just want to see, we always talk about our defense being stacked. I want to see us stay stacked.
Yeah, and it's not I'm not worried about the quarterback situation because I think Kirby's moving into his Nick Saban era of being able to play two quarterbacks based off of what last year looked like. Because he had no problem putting Gunner in, and then when it came back to that last drive, putting Carson Beck back in to kind of, keep the mobility, ran it in, whatever. But I think that if he sees he's got two assets at quarterback, he's more likely to play two quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And if he can rely on Gunner Stockton to stay on his feet and this other guy to throw it downfield, I don't see him not playing both. I think that, what year was it? It was at Alabama. He had two quarterbacks, and he would just alternate quarterbacks between drives. You remember it was 2017, maybe it might have been 2020. You would alternate quarterbacks.
Was that back when they had like AJ McCarron? It was not very mobile whatsoever.
Might have been. It might have been Jalen Hurts last year.
I can't remember.
I don't know. But I feel like that might be the best option for Georgia. Plus, Kirby Smart's also, he's got more draft picks than he's got losses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's moving into that era of he can be the best coach in the league. And to me, he's one of the best coaches in the NCAA right now. Lane Kiffin's kind of hard on his trail just because he's building a program at Ole Miss, and I don't see him leaving Ole Miss. But I think if we have a good quarterback room, that'll build up everything else.
Yeah.
But I think if we have we've always had a good defense. The past 4 or so years, we've had a good defense. Mm-hmm. But I agree with you. I think we should stay stacked. But how do we do that?
You know what I'm saying? Like, we pulled in some great recruits this year. We pulled in some good recruits.
We just had one flip. No, we didn't have him flip, but there's one guy, he's ranked like 2nd or 3rd in the nation for quarterback. He's down between us and Oregon. I saw it yesterday, but I don't remember who it was.
Isn't that like 2026 or something?
Yeah. But it's still, I mean, if you can hold somebody from class of 26, 27, 28, all the way up until they do graduate and come to school, To me, that speaks volume.
And then for the draft, Baltimore Ravens, they're picking up on defense too because they drafted Malachi Starks. They're going to have 2 great safeties in the back end.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm excited for football to come back because I'm excited to see how college and NFL seasons go this year.
Yeah.
Seeing which new rookies are actually getting to play.
How do you feel about Tyler Shaw and the Saints?
You talking about the Louisville guy?
I watched his combine. We're not saying he's bad. The man tripped a lot. He didn't throw the ball very far. He got drafted. He was the second or third.
Somebody's like the quarterback off the board.
He was the third. I just don't think he's going to do it.
It wasn't a great pick.
Which I was excited to see. Okay, Brady Cook went undrafted from Missouri, which is, I think he would get drafted over some of these other guys.
That's not surprising to me. I didn't think he was that good. Everybody was, a lot of people were hyping him up. I didn't think Brady Cook was that good.
Riley Leonard got picked on the Colts.
That's okay. I didn't really. To me, I thought Will Howard and
To me, I don't
Riley
know why
were
we went that late. Will Howard. I mean, I understand he went to the Steelers, but I don't understand why he went that late. Dylan Gabriel, if he pulls off what he said he was going to pull off by wearing number 2 at the Cleveland Browns, I might buy me a Dylan Gabriel jersey. Because he literally, Adam Schefter tweeted out, Dylan Gabriel says he's going to wear 2 in the Cleveland Browns. 15 minutes later, Shador Sanders tweeted out, retweeted, wait, what? ... If Dylan Gabriel, because technically he got drafted over Shador, he gets to pick the number. If he wears number 2 and Shador gets stuck with 48, I may just buy a Dylan Gabriel jersey just to pin it up.
dude, Shador has already been bought out. He's second highest rated jersey selling right now.
Just saying they're about to have to reprint a jersey because it doesn't get real gets number 2. To me, that's hilarious. That is funny. Be cocky all you want, but speaking of cocky, I mean, that's not a sport to be talking about. But did you see what happened in motocross this year?
No.
So there's this kid, they call him the Danger Kid. Or Boy Danger or something.
Is it Cole Davies?
No. Cole Davies is actually the guy that he did it to yesterday. So he races for the same team as Haiden Deegan. And Haiden Deegan
He's from Tallahassee.
So what happened was they're coming around a turn, and then you got those little, I don't know what's called motocross. I'm not in motocross, but I keep seeing
This lump, it's a little hump.
It's the little hump, right? Yeah. And then you have a turn, like a sharp turn. He gets in front. Hayden Deegan's is behind the Collender, or the guy you're just talking.
Cole Davies?
Yeah. He's behind him. Right? They're teammates. They're teammates, right? They race for the same people. But Hayden Deegan has never won a championship. He's always been this bad boy of motocross, whatever. He's never lived up to that name, I guess. And so everybody's saying he's part of the trend where it's he's 19 years old, born in 06. It makes me feel old.
So that's Cole Davies.
So
19.
They're basically saying ever since his mugshot came out that he's on a run. Tiger Woods got a mugshot, he won, all this other stuff. Anyways, he's coming around this curve, and I wish I could find a video. He's coming up, and he passes Davies, right?
Uh-huh.
But he stops, and he whips his back tire and knocks him out of bounds. And then he's got a long stretch on everybody else, and he wins the championship. But he knocked his teammate out of bounds to win the championship. And so the whole crowd's booing and everything. And now everybody's he's lived up to his bad boy image and all this other stuff. But he knocked his teammate out of bounds. And so then in his press conference, they're just mad that I'm him, and if you don't like it, you could suck it. That's what he tells the crowd.
Cocky little.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to say he ruined the sport because I don't know all of the background of the sport. I'm not a motocross fan or anything. But from what I see online from a lot of people that are in motocross, this guy's hated. People don't like him. The only people fan base he has are these TikTok girls that are oh my God, this kid is whatever. I don't know. That seemed kind of nasty to me. I saw it and I was oh, God. And then I was do I cover this on Rowdy? Because technically that's a Rowdy clip, but this isn't a sport to cover. But I just figured
No, but I've delivered to the Cole Davies kid.
That's
No, but we got there and I was I was walking in, I was dude, there's so much Monster Energy stuff in here. I'm
that's pretty sick.
hats, they had the helmets, They had trophies all up. And we got done and I was like, so what do y'all do? I see all the monster stuff. I was like, what do y'all do? And she's like, oh, my son races motocross. I was like, really? I was like, what's his name? And she's like, oh, Cole Davies. I was like, okay. So I looked him up and I found him and I followed him on Instagram. And I was like, dude, this is pretty sick.
Now delivered to him.
A couch.
Oh, that's pretty sick. I was gonna say like if it was like a Monster Energy, like
No, it was
specialized something.
it was a couch and a bed. I remember now. It was a couch and a bed. Probably his bed. No, but dude, there was so much. I delivered Cole Davies.
I delivered where that man sleeps.
Where you sleep, but I delivered it.
I put my blood, sweat, and tears to your bed, baby.
But he was sick, or I would have seen him. But he was sick. But no, I was really hoping she would have like gave us like one of the hats or something.
Take one of the helmets. Like,
That would have been so sick. I'm like, yes.
are you ordering to sign the truck? You like come back with like a Monster Energy stick on the back of the Turner's truck.
Dude, I would have appreciated like a sticker or something. I thought that would have been so cool. And then I like found him, and then I found him on Instagram.
You're like, hey man, I just delivered your bed. Sleep comfy.
But no, I found him on Instagram, and I was like, yesterday or the day before or something like that, it popped up him, and he was like, not the way I wanted to finish the race, but we'll be back next time. And I was like, I wonder what happened. But now that you show me that, now I know how it happened. I'm like, dude, you could have said so much more in your Instagram post.
Yeah, this is like insane.
I don't want to throw him out there like that.
That's pretty cool.
I'll sunbake him. I don't think we're under HIPAA law.
Cole Davies.
Cole Davies.
Hey, if you want to come on the show, we'd love to have you on.
Crap, it'd just be cool to have
You
you.
want to have you on? Yeah. We'll take a helmet or something for the new podcast center.
We'll have it sitting right here. We'll sponsor the Monster.
Instead of booked up, I'll be drinking Monster. I'm just kidding. If you have a Red Bull sponsor though, let me know.
Nah, Monster's got great flavors, bro. They have a new.
I know, but Red Bull to me just tastes better.
Okay, there is good Red Bulls, but they have a blue Hawaiian one and a Miami Ripe one. Bro, those are goated. Those are goated.
But no, if there's anybody over there that wants to give us a sponsor,
Oh, Monster! I will take a Monster mini fridge and set it right here. Cole Davies, hook us up, bro.
yeah. But yeah, I think the Celtics might win the championship. I think it's gonna be Celtic Wolves.
No, I'm sticking with Anthony Edwards all the way.
You think the Wolves will beat the Celtics?
I just like Ant-Man.
I think the Timberwolves beat the Warriors in 5, maybe 7. The Thunder will beat the Nuggets in 7. The Pacers will beat the Cavs. I don't know how many games. The Celtics and the Knicks.
Well, the Pacers are your one.
Yeah. The Celtics will beat the Knicks. It may be a 7-game series. The Celtics will beat the Pacers. The Wolves will beat the Thunder. And then the Wolves and the Celtics will be your championship. I think the Celtics will win back to back.
I actually think Pacers may beat the Celtics.
Yeah. Might happen. I don't know. I only keep up with the NBA when the championship comes out. Yeah. And then I barely keep up with it then. I filled out my bracket, though, like the first week the brackets came out. And I just put it on auto pick. And it's got the Thunder beating the Celtics in the championship. And up until now, I've got a perfect bracket. Other than I had the Lakers beating the Wolves. And I had the Rockets beating the Warriors.
Dude, Anthony Edwards is something else, bro.
And he played at UGN?
2. He played 1 year.
Yeah, he played at UGA.
Played 1 year at UGA.
Could you imagine if we had Anthony Edwards come in the show and
Brad, say you're going to have it.
bring us a signed Georgia jersey to put up in the man cave in the new podcast studio? Could you imagine like having that next to like Stafford, Beck, not Beck, Bowers. The reason why I got that confused is because the Raiders just signed a guy with last name Beck, and he and Bowers will be playing the same position. And I made a joke to my dad. I was like, that's the only time you're ever going to see Beck on the back of an NFL jersey. And it's spelled different. It's B-E-C-H instead of B-E-C-K. This is going to be it for Rowdy Sports Network. I don't even know what episode this is. Maybe 8. But mine are yours.
Or yours. It's an episode, to say the least. We'll figure out what episode it is later on, but it's an episode we're putting out. We're actually getting stuff done. We've both been busy. We're going to try to keep it more in touch and more in tune with us actually filming.
Yeah. Noah's going to start posting on...
I am.
I gave Noah the sign in for the Instagram and TikTok. I'm hoping that sooner or later we can start posting like short form content where we like play games or like try to guess the player or something like that. Kind of like how like every other sports brand does.
Yeah.
So that's in the works.
And once I figure out how to make some fire edits, there'll be some fire edits coming out.
Maybe not.
I will make some sports edits if I need to. I will figure out. And I don't.
You want to put them out there, you can. I put one of Christopher Wally hitting the grand slam the other day. I'm going to give a short shout out. It's not a long shout out, but we were losing 21-19. It came back and won 24-23 the other day, only to get knocked out of the playoffs the next day. But it was a big game for us because it was our first time making it. We were projected to finish last, and we finished third, and then we got knocked out of the playoffs. But I mean, that should be a testament to anything.
A great first year in the actual
league. Yeah. Christopher Wally crushes a grand slam. He'll probably go D1 next year. He decommitted from FIU to come here. So that's a huge plus on our behalf. Quentin Rawls broke several records this year. This year's been a really fun year. It's my last year, so I mean, I made it the best I could. But Rowdy is not last year, Rowdy. If anything, it's just the beginning. If there's any content you want us to put out within reason, because I know Cody will send something that doesn't need to be put out, but let us know. Noah wants to start doing more. I want to start doing more. We're going to start putting out whatever we can. But no, if you guys want anything from us, just continue to give us support, and we'll try to give you guys whatever you want.
And if you're on the Spotify, please like and continue to show it love. And if you're on our YouTube, please like and maybe subscribe. Leave a comment down what you would also like to see, because I know we're putting it out on both platforms, on Spotify, on YouTube. So some may see it on YouTube, some may see it on Spotify. But whatever you're watching on, please like it. Subscribe if you want to. We would really appreciate it. And leave some comments on what you would like to see.
Yeah. Like if you guys want us to go to a baseball game at Malaga, we can put that on YouTube.
I mean, give us ideas, because I know our brains only work both ways, and I know there's people out there that have bigger brains with bigger ideas that we could use and put out for content, because I know people want to see content and have content, and we've been slacking a little bit, and that's mainly on my part. But just if you want to see anything or have anything done, please put it in the comments. I mean,
and I thought about it, and I haven't done it yet just because it takes a lot of work and a lot of things to go through. But if you guys want us to open a P.O. box so you guys can send us stuff that we open on the show, or maybe you want to send like baseball cards or something for us to do, like if you want to see unboxings or something like that, we can definitely make that happen. We just want to know what you guys want to see. And it's also going to take we're only 2 people. Like, it's going to take a lot more. I've got another guy that is going to possibly start editing the podcast, so we'll have a little bit less weight on both of our shoulders. But if there's something you want to see that you hadn't seen, or like Noah said, if there's something you want to see on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or anything, any Spotify, let us know. We don't mind doing it. We just need to know what you guys want to see. So, yeah. Any more?
I won't ramble no more.
All right. This has been Rowdy Sports Network. We're still recording. This has been Rowdy Sports Network with Bryce and Noah. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time. See you.